Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is now urging Western countries to ban all Russian visitors. Zelensky told the Washington Post that this is the only way to get the Kremlin to stop annexing more Ukraine territories. He considers closing borders to Russians the most important sanction. Although Zelensky's urging may not get much traction, Estonia, Latvia, and Finland have expressed their support for the ban. Russian President Vladimir Putin's spokesperson, Dmitry Peskov, condemned the suggestion. And former UN Ambassador Bill Richardson says Americans Paul Whelan and WNBA star Brittney Griner will hopefully be released in a 2-for-2 prisoner swap.
I'm optimistic. I think she's going to be freed. I think she has the right strategy of contrition, a good legal team. There's going to be a prisoner swap, though, and I think it'll be 2-for-2.
Last week, Griner was sentenced to 9 years in Russian prison. She has been in Russian custody since her arrest in February. And earlier today, I spoke with professional basketball player Enes Kanter Freedom about Brittney Griner's sentence. And it's nice to have you back on the show.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate that.
Enes, we've all been covering what's happening, Brittney Griner in Russia. She's been sentenced now to 9 years in prison. I don't know if there'll be a trade or not a trade, but what are your thoughts about having some sort of swap so that she can come back to the United States?
You know, I've been following her case very closely, and I feel for her. I think what's happening to her is really heartbroken. But people need to understand, White House needs to understand, we are trying to trade her with someone who is responsible for thousands of lives and who's someone that's selling illegal weapons in Africa, in Asia, and we cannot be trading her with that horrible person. And at the end of the day, actually, that person could hurt U.S. in the long run. So I feel like the White House definitely needs to watch out.
If you got her on the phone, if you could call her from the United States to Russia, how would you explain that to her?
Well, I mean, first of all, I will just say, people are trying everything they can to just, save you from Russian prison. So you should definitely feel comfortable about that. But at the same time, we feel for you. But at the end of the day, I feel like White House needs to find another option, another solution, because the guy who we're talking about, that, like I said again, is the people call him the merchant of death. So that is unacceptable for what he has done. So I will just tell him, just be patient, and we will get you out of there.
When I go on social media, I see a lot of people who are angry at her, saying that, she went over there, she brought cannabis into the country, those are the laws, even though it's much steeper than she would receive here in the United States. But they also say that she didn't appreciate the United States enough. What do you say to those people on social media?
Well, I mean, obviously, yes, I did hear that comment from her. She said we shouldn't sing the national anthem rest of the WNBA season. It definitely did broke my heart. But I mean, now I'm sure she definitely appreciates America more. I'm sure she will give everything she have to just to hear a word of that beautiful national anthem. But I think what we need to do is just keep educating people, because these players, not just the WNBA players, but these athletes from America going to these dictatorships out there in the world. And I feel like it is our responsibility, it is NBA's or whatever their organization is, their responsibility to teach the athletes the other side is not greener, but at the same time, sometimes people, athlete or whoever, likes to criticize what's happened in America when they actually goes to other side of the ocean, other side of the world. People are, witnessing a real dictatorship, So I mean, that's actually definitely help people understand how blessed and how lucky we are in a situation like America.
Is it a little different for the women's NBA because they get paid less, and so there's a higher pressure for them to go overseas? Is it true that there's a huge disparity in compensation for NBA and WNBA?
I mean, that's definitely understandable. I mean, you see, there are so many WNBA players not making enough money, and that's why they're trying to do best they can to just live a life. So that's why they are taking these risks to go other side of the world, other side of the ocean. But I think I have been advocating for the equal pay for a long time, but I think it's not on there just WNBA, it's on us too. It's on NBA players too to advocate for women's sports for sure.
And of course, as an aside, just within any given team, there is a disparity in pay because of the value to the team. But it's just sort of the overall, in general, the women players make much less than the male players on their team. But we'll save that for another day. Enes, thank you for joining me, sir.
Nope, thank you so much.
JP Morgan's CEO is warning that an economic hurricane is coming. Are you preparing? If you don't do anything, your 401k could be a 201k, and that is not good. So call our trusted friends at Lear Capital. For 25 years, Lear has helped investors own gold to protect against market chaos. It's a good thing. They can help you too. Get your information and up to $15,000 in bonus IRA gold. Just call this number, 800-880-4300. That's 800-880-4300.